my Monday video. Today's video is a tutorial for my current go-to everyday makeup look, which I'm wearing at the moment. So yeah, let's get straight into the tutorial. Gah. Okay, so I've done my foundation and concealer stuff and also my brows. If you'd like to see an updated brow routine, please let me know because I've been using a couple of new products. I've also already applied my eye primer, that's the one. That's the word noise. And the one I'm using today is this one from Rimmel. It's their Exaggerate Undercover Shadow Primer. This one here. And the results I've had with it so far have been really good, actually. I really like the way it works. So onto the eyeshadow. The palette I've been using lately for my everyday makeup look is this one, and it's the Meet Matte Trimony palette from the Balm. When you open it up, it has a nice big mirror there. I'm covering it so that I don't blind you, but you can see it's a rather large one. And then the actual shadows here. So many pretty colors. But the first thing I'm going to do is apply some of the face powder that I use to set my foundation, just sort of from the crease upwards, just to set my eye primer so that everything blends a little better. And whatever powder you use to set your face should be fine, whether it's translucent or flash toned or whatever. So taking a big fluffy blending brush, I'm just going to loosely dust that right across that area there. Like I said, it's just to make the blending process smoother and easier. It's really quite amazing what a difference doing this makes. So next up, using that same big fluffy blending brush, in my case it's the Morphe M505, this one here. I'm going to pick up some of this shade here, Matte Rosy, this one here, that gorgeous mauvey tone, and I'm just going to put that very generally through the crease and up a bit, sort of blending it up towards my brow bone. Personally, I tend to concentrate most of the colour on the outer half of my crease and sort of above crease area, and then drag the rest in towards the inner corner. I just find it looks better on my hooded eyes. Anyone else have like that one area on their face, whether it's like elsewhere or on your eyes, that eyeshadow just doesn't seem to stick to the way it should? Or like, whatever makeup product, whatever area it is. With me, it's right there. Like, why? So then you want to go back into the same powder that you used to set your eye primer and just blend out the edges of that. So now we're going to take a more precise blending brush or crease brush. In my case it's this one from Real Techniques. I think it's their base shadow brush. I'm so sorry guys, my camera just cut out on me. So you didn't see what I just picked up and put more precisely in my crease. I picked up a mixture of this one here, Matte Reed, and this one here, Matte Ahmed. Picked up mostly Matte Reed with a little bit of Matte Ahmed, just to deepen it a little, and I took that right through the crease a bit more precisely, just to add some more definition to it. So I'm just going to do the other eye the same way now. It's also good if you have hooded eyes or small eyes to angle the brush upwards when you do your crease, because that means that you're depositing shadow just above your natural crease, so it's going to be visible when your eyes are open. Because of course, if it's not, if it just disappears when your eyes are open, then it doesn't define the crease properly. And you can dip back into those shadows and, just define things a little further if you want. Of course, I've got that little spot in the middle of my eye that does not hold on to product well, so I always have to go back into that a couple of times and, add more shadow to it. And you always want to be really careful when using black as well. So many times I've just gone in with too much and completely destroyed the look that I was going for. So it's always better to pick up a tiny amount of black at a time and build it up really slowly. You're far more likely to get the result that you want and have it look a lot more seamless and well blended because you're blending it each time you add a little more product. So it'll look so much better at the end of the day. Now I'm going to go back into Matte Reed, this burgundy shade here, and just add a bit more colour through where I put the black. So you're first defining the crease and then adding a little more colour to it. And again, you can add as much or as little of this as you want. Like, it kind of differs from day to day with me. Sometimes I want more black to go a bit more to my gothic roots. Other times I want a little more of that burgundy to kind of complement my hair or just warm it up in general. Like if it's a really blustery day, it's nice to have those warm tones on your eyes, I reckon. Then you want to go back in with that first big fluffy blending brush and just make everything a little bit more seamless. So you're just going over everything and blending it out nicely. just back and forth in those windshield wiper motions. Of course, in my case, now I've got to go back and put a little bit more shadow in there because nothing sticks to it. It'll do. What can you really do when product doesn't stick to your skin? So the next step is to go back into those two shades, but with a little more black this time. So again, Matte Reed here, here, and Matte Ahmed here. And we're gonna put those on the outer corner here. And once you've laid that down, you can drag it up into the crease again, just so that there isn't a harsh line around that spot that you've applied. Again, you can deepen this up as much as you want. I'm adding a little more black because I just feel like it today. Some days you just feel like a little more drama. Now it's time for the lid shade. And for that, I'm actually going to use one of the Colourpop shadows that is going to be in the giveaway. I got one for myself as well. And it's the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in Sequin. This beautiful little gem here. It adds that light and warmth to your face, like, so easily, and it works great as just a one shadow look as well, you know, or even just this all over your lid with like maybe some bronzer or your contour powder in your crease. Done. Sorted. Okay, so the best way I found to apply Colourpop shadows is just with your finger. So I'm just gonna dab it onto my lid and kind of blend it around a little bit. And don't worry if it looks a bit much, because we're going to go back and blend out the edges in a moment. So picking up that more precise blending brush again, you just want to go back through the crease to make sure everything's nice and seamless. And add a little bit more if you've lost some of that beautiful pigment in the blending. And see how I've gone over that darkness on the outer corner a little bit? So I'm going to just add in a little bit of that again. Okay, so once that's done, I've noticed things are looking a little dark on that outer corner, so what I'm going to do is go back into that powder that I used to set my face again, and just blend out the edges once more. It's just looking a little intense, you know, for my liking. For an everyday look anyway. So just on that big fluffy brush, you can just go around the outside like that. See how much better that looks? Like, seriously, blending is everything when it comes to eye makeup. So now before I do my mascara and the bottom lash line, I'm going to apply some black liquid liner. And the one that is basically my holy grail, and probably always will be, is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Liner in black. This gorgeous little gem here. I'm going to do this off camera because I kind of suck at liner. And yeah, I'll be back in a moment. Wish me luck. Okay, so I went ahead and in addition to doing my liquid liner, I applied some mascara, and the one that I'm wearing today is one of my long-time top 2 holy grail mascaras, and I have to have 2, of course. This one's the Maybelline Lash Sensational in Waterproof, this one here. My other all-time favorite is the CoverGirl Super Sizer Mascara here. The only reason this one isn't my ultimate holy grail is because I haven't been able to find a waterproof version. So if anyone knows whether you can get this one in waterproof, please let me know in the comments. I would love to be able to get my hands on it, because if that were the case, I would probably favor this one over the Maybelline Lash Sensational. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the bottom lash line. So using a pencil brush, anyone will do really. This is just my go-to one from Sony Kashuk. We're gonna go into Matte Reed, this one here, and just drag that most of the way along the bottom lash line. How far you take the shade is entirely up to you. I tend to take it sort of about 2/3 of the way in, and just blend it out really thoroughly. And you want to do both sides in this color, because we're going to use the same brush for a darker color in a moment. And you can just use your little finger if you want to kind of smudge it a little bit. You don't necessarily have to use a big blending brush, because I find if I do that, it kind of spreads too low, and yeah, that kind of makes me look like I have black eyes. Okay, so if you clean that brush off a little bit, I just cleaned it off on my wrist. Then we're gonna go back into Matte Ahmed, this one here, and just put a tiny bit of that just on the outer corner of the bottom lash line.
It's just purely for a little bit more definition. And it's important to make sure that you join this up to the darkness on the outer corner of the top lid as well, so that it kind of cups around the outside of your eye. So now I'm gonna go and apply a black eyeliner to my top waterline, my tight line, that's the word, tight line. And for this I'm going to use my holy grail black eyeliner, of course, which is the Urban Decay Waterline 24/7 eye pencil in the shade Legend, which is just black. This actually stays in my tight line, pretty much nothing else does, because my eyes are so watery all the time. But yeah, this stuff actually stays put, and love it for that. It's so worth the money. Now you can also apply black in the bottom waterline, and I often do. But you know, on days when I just want to kind of brighten things up a bit, what I'll do is get one of my NYX Jumbo eye pencils, and my favorite one for this particular eye look is in the shade Pure Gold, which is 621A. This one here, so pretty. And I'm going to apply this in the bottom waterline. And it just ties everything together really nicely because of that sort of rose gold on the lid. Yeah, and really brightens your eyes because of the beautiful reflectiveness in this. My favorite thing to apply for the inner corner with this look is actually a highlighter, and it's from Makeup Revolution. You can get it in their highlight palette, this one here, which comes with 3 different highlighters, and I love all 3 of them. They're all beautiful. This is them here, and the one I'm going to apply in the inner corner is this one. So pretty. But it's also a much paler gold, so it's complementary rather than being exactly the same. It's brighter than what's on the lid or in the waterline. There we go. Ta-da! Okay, so for the rest of the face, I basically have like the same 3 products that I use on a day-to-day basis. The first one is my contour, which is, of course, as anyone who's watched my previous tutorials will know, the NYX Powder Blush in Taupe, this little one here. And I apply it using the Real Techniques sculpting brush, this one. I do typically contour on a day-to-day basis, and I don't know, it's just, you know, personal taste. Like, I know the majority of people that, you know, I see and that I speak to don't contour on a day-to-day basis, but I'm a makeup junkie, you know? I love contouring and highlighting and getting different shapes and different effects using makeup. So yeah, I love my contour. Especially because I already have pretty like defined cheekbones, so I love how carved out I can make them look with very little effort with a good contour. I love that this brush allows you to both carve out the cheekbone and then blend at the same time. So next I'm going to apply my highlight, and my go-to highlight, as again a lot of you will know, is the Essence Mono Eyeshadow in shade number 8 Apricotta. This little one here, this very well loved little one here. So I'm going to apply that using the Real Techniques setting brush, this one here. I love this for highlight because you can be really precise, but you can blend it out really easily as well. So, the hell is that noise? I think someone in the building is using power tools. I also love that with this eyeshadow you can make it really dramatic or really subtle. You know, it's very versatile. You can apply just a little and have it really subtle, or you can really build it up. So the places where I tend to apply my highlight are tops of my cheekbones, just straight down the bridge of the nose. I don't do that sort of dot on the end of the nose thing. I always think it conjures images of Rudolph in my mind. So it's not for me. But, you know, I mean, if you want to apply highlight there, by all means, you know, it's personal taste, it's makeup. So I'm not dissing people who do apply it there. It's just, for me, it's not my thing. And then I apply a little bit up here, just above my brows, where you've got that sort of point on the corner of your, you know, your forehead. Because that's one spot that catches the light really nicely when you apply highlight there. Little tiny bit on the chin, just a little bit, because if you apply too much, you end up looking greasy. And then Cupid's bow. There we go. So, now moving on to blush. And I always do blush after highlight because I find doing it this way round, you end up with everything blended together really nicely, and it kind of takes any harshness out of sort of the edge of your highlight. And the blush that I've been using with this look lately is from Clinique. It's one of their Cheek Pop blushes It's in the shade 13 Rosy Pop. It's so pretty. It's so perfect for really pale people like myself as well, because it's not particularly pigmented. You do have to build it up even when you're as pale as me. And on me, usually blushes show up a little too much. You know, usually I have to be careful with blushes, so I really like that this one is nice and sheer. So I've been applying that using my Nude by Nature powder brush. This one here. I love my Nude by Nature brushes. Oh my god. Their powder brushes in particular are beautiful. They're so soft. Oh my god. Puppy fuzz. Gah. So yeah, I just take a decent amount of that and brush it sort of upwards above my contour. I don't tend to apply it to the apples of my cheeks because with my cheekbones being quite defined, if I do that, it just kind of looks ridiculous, you know, like, because that's not where most of my cheek is. Like, for me, most of my cheek is out here because, you know, high cheekbones. So yeah, for me, applying it like this works much better. And of course, if ever you find that you've applied a little too much blush, or you've got more on one side than on the other, and you don't want to add more to the other to kind of, you know, you're worried that might be too much, you can go back in with whatever brush you used to apply your powder, you know, like your setting powder or powder foundation, which in my case is this one from Nude by Nature. It's brush number 5, their finishing brush. What was I saying about like their gorgeous powder brushes? Puppy fuzz soft. So yeah, you can just kind of brush it over the top, because it'll still have a little of that powder left, and it'll just help kind of blend it away a little bit. Ta-da! So of course, you can just leave things like this, you know, with whatever lip product you want, but every now and then, I do like to glam it up, you know, like on days when I'm feeling particularly rough, and I just need a pick-me-up. You know, I find false lashes are a great way to do that, but I don't tend to wear full false lashes. They're just a bit cumbersome for me and a bit uncomfortable, especially, you know, with fibromyalgia. Anything like that feels 1,000 times more uncomfortable than it would for most other people. So I've been wearing these little lashes that just go on like the outer half of your eye. I find them incredibly comfortable. They are of course fantastic for hooded eyes because they have that lifting effect on the outer corner, you know, sort of elongating and lifting your eye. So yeah, if you have hooded eyes, I highly recommend investing in some of these. These ones are my current favorites, and they're from Ardell. They're the accent lashes in 318 in black. They actually remind me a lot of the Demi Wispies by Ardell as well. They've got that same kind of texture, so they look very natural on. And yeah, they're just so comfortable because as well, they've got that sort of invisible band going, you know, not a thick black band, just a, you know, a soft, comfortable rubbery band. So they move with your lids very, very easily, very comfortably. I've worn these, I think, like, 3 out of the last 5 days. So clearly they are comfortable. So in terms of lip products, my go-to combination lately has been a pairing of, where's it gone? The Lumiere Lippie pencil from Colourpop and the Lumiere 2 liquid lipstick, also from Colourpop. I love these two, and this one actually is very similar to my hair color once applied. It's like a more muted version, so it looks really, really complementary, you know, with my current hair color, so I love that about this one. The other option that I've been going for, which I will show you today, is this, you know, same little lippy pencil, the Lumiere one from Colourpop, and a new lip gloss that I recently got that I've been absolutely loving. It's from Maybelline, and it's shade 60 Iced Chocolate. This one here, I don't know whether you guys can see, but it's got a little bit of micro glitter in it. Very, very fine, but it just gives a really nice sort of sheen to your lips. You know, just a little bit of light catching. So it does have a slight volumizing kind of effect on your lips. This definitely does need a lip line under it for me, and personally that's just because I'm so pale and because my lips are quite pigmented. So yeah, it doesn't quite work without a lip liner for me, but pairing it with this one works so nicely. So I'm gonna go do that, and I will be back to show you what it looks like in a moment. So as you can see, applying this lip gloss over the top just kind of mutes down the pink tones in this lip liner, and I really, really like that. It just makes it kind of like a darker nude, you know? I love the effect that it has, and that glossiness. I don't know, I'm really into glossy lips at the moment. I think it's after, you know, matte liquid lipsticks being in for so long, and I do still love my matte liquid lipsticks, don't get me wrong there. But yeah, I don't know, glosses are making a comeback at the moment, so yeah, maybe you guys will be seeing me wearing more of these. But yeah, if you're not able to get hold of Colourpop, a lip liner that's very, very similar in shade and actually texture consistency to this one is from Rimmel. And it's this one here. It's the Exaggerate full color lip liner in the shade East End Snob, number 063. So there we are. That top one is the Colourpop Lumiere Lippie pencil. And this one down here is the Rimmel Exaggerate one in East End Snob. So you can see how similar they are. They really are excellent dupes. If anything, the Rimmel one is a little bit lighter. Little bit, but not by much. So yeah, if you're not able to get hold of Colourpop and you'd like to try out this combination, that one will work just the same. It will look exactly the same on your lips. Just a little reminder that the giveaway will be closing on Wednesday at midnight by Perth time. So please remember to enter to win these 4 gorgeous Colourpop Super Shock shadows. I'll of course include a link in the description box to the video where you can go to enter. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and keep on being your awesome, gorgeous, chronically fabulous selves. And please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe so that you don't miss my future videos, you know, tutorials and unboxing videos and favorites and product reviews and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I will also be introducing a new kind of video that I want to do for you guys. I started collecting Pokemon cards again, you know, which I haven't done since I was a kid. But I figured since I'm going to be, you know, opening Pokemon cards anyway, I may as well film it and share it with you guys. So if you're interested and, you know, like maybe you want to get into collecting them, or, you know, you used to collect them and kind of want to live vicariously, which I have done, I have to admit. Yeah, those will be coming up soon. So yeah, keep an eye out for those if you're interested. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a fantabulous week, and I shall see you guys on Thursday when I'll be announcing the winner to the giveaway.